going to keep it on that. This will be an interesting one. See if I can make it look any good. All right, let's see what we have. We have here a Docket EB World, EB Games. So this is just something I bought from them recently. And this is, I don't do any gaming. I just picked up some magazines for my demos. And this is it. This is the EB Games. I know a lot of people love to game. It's a very popular subculture. The gaming communities around the world in the internet, very popular. I know there's favourite games for a lot of people would be games like Fortnite, which you just can't avoid. Even though I don't play games, I'm not a gamer, I still notice that seeing when I go on YouTube, there's a lot of Fortnite material, and Fortnite is a very popular game, so you can't really avoid it, even though you're not a gamer. So you sort of see all this shit. Well, it's good shit, you know. I'm not saying it's bad. When I use the word shit, folks, I often just simply mean the word stuff. I'm using the word as a substitute for the word stuff. So it's not designed to be a derogatory use of the word to put things down, because I appreciate gaming. Gaming is good therapy for a lot of people because they can't find work. Many of them have, well, I can't assume, but I'm pretty sure some people have disabilities and can't work. So it's sort of a way of letting off a bit of steam and feeling like you belong. I don't know. I could be wrong, folks. Don't quote me, right? Because I'm not an expert on this shit. So, yeah. There's a lot of smart people who can't get work, so gaming has become a kind of a thing to keep them occupied, keep their smarts ticking over while they're not working. Yeah, it's really difficult finding work these days, and for people who are really smart, it can be really difficult. You don't even have to be psychologically, or what's the word? Intellectually disabled. You don't have to be intellectually disabled to have problems finding work. You could be the most smartest tool in the shed and you still can't find a fucking job. There's not enough jobs, and you get the feeling that you get discriminated against a lot of the time. So it's not an easy market. There's not enough jobs, and there's just so much bullshit. But what can you do, folks? I don't know how this is going to turn out. But yeah, you just can't win in this world. It's all full of fucking shit. And you get the feeling that people with an IQ between 90 and 110 are the ones that are taking the jobs that are available. You know, the smart people are being left fucking in the lurch, you know. It's just not fair in this world what we have. The world is all about money and greed and porkery, and a lot of discrimination against people. You can't win. I don't know how this is going to look. Let's see how this looks. Yeah, it looks interesting. I'm thinking the vertical could do with a little bit of extra oomph. Maybe the vertical a little bit. Maybe a little bit of vertical we can add. We're also going to go the same amount, 160. And I'm thinking we might have to pump the colours up looking a bit brighter. So we're going to perhaps darken it one step. But yeah, games, you know, they can be therapeutic, I'm pretty sure, for a lot of people. I wouldn't have the patience. Like, I'd find it really annoying, really upsetting that if I got to the second highest level and I crashed out, I'd be really angry and upset, and I'd be really pissed that that happened. So I don't, even though games look like fun in some ways, I'd just get too frustrated if I couldn't get to the top level. You know, I'd get really upset. I just don't have the patience to play the games, so yeah. So yeah, that looks kind of bright. It's sort of popping out in some ways, and sometimes it's a bit wishy-washy. But anyway, this is a nice little docket to work with. So I'm trying to straighten this one up. Got to go to work tomorrow. I work, because I myself am disabled, I have to work in a sheltered workshop. I can't work doing the things I want to do, like being a photocopier technician, because I had some brain damage at birth that destroyed most of my hippocampus and short-term memory, so I'm really a real dud at learning things, so, and that'd probably impact on my ability to game if I so wanted to game, because you have to learn the rules and you have to learn this and learn that. It's just too much information, folks. That's why I can't code, or I can't do any of that sort of shit, because I haven't got enough parts. My brain has just been damaged. It's really sad that I had to have a cord around my neck and come out feet first, and basically I was hung as a baby out of mum's womb. So I was hung, folks, hung by my own umbilical cord, folks. So I'm not happy with the way the doctors and the nurses handled it, because they weren't around when it happened. So fuck them. They're probably dead now anyway, or they're probably really old, long retired. But I'm not happy. I was born on New Year's Day, 1973, and they would have been out partying on New Year's Eve, and of course they would have gotten drunk and they couldn't come to work, so they fucking fucked me around, and I had to fucking have a disability. Thanks be to those fuck sticks. Go fuck yourselves if you're fucking out there, bitches. Stupid fucking idiots. You shouldn't have done it. You should never have worked in this fucking job. You got to look after people if you're going to fucking work with people, especially little babies and mummies. Anyway, that looks really quite nice. I think now we can call it quits.